Now, I have to be a little quick considering I'm going to have to leave soon. However, this game kind of makes it easy for me to be quick because this is one of the worst games that I've ever watched. Um, it gives echoes of Colts Patriots, echoes of Colts Broncos, echoes of Seahawks Bears. I mean, this was terrible. This was a terrible game from both sides. The Battlehawks, I don't know. I don't know. Like for being the face of the league, basically, you need to be better. You really do. However, like I always say, a win is a win, and we are now second in the XFL conference once again. As we, are 4-2. They're 3-3. We're both 2-2 in the conference. So the next Promise and Defenders game for both teams are going to be really important. But the Battlehawks, they won 12-6. There's not much to talk about here. A lot of turnovers, a lot of dumb things. Duggan threw like 6 for 75. Just not a good game overall for either team. There's not much I need to say, honestly. Like, there's a lot of dumb fumbles. The coach of the Renegades, iced his own kicker in the first quarter by trying to call a challenge on a clearly unchallengeable play, and then the guy missed the field goal. Duggan fumbled for no reason in the red zone, and they didn't score. We got a run all the way to the 2 by Duggan, and we didn't score a touchdown there, or a field goal, because they went for it. And the final drive of the game, this dude, Luis Perez, just straight dropped the ball the first play after the 2-minute warning, and we won. So, just all around, not a good game for either side. So, let's just get straight into it, I don't really have much to say. In terms of time of possession, the Renegades were destroying on that early on in the game. However, we kind of turned it around a bit. They had the ball for 33 minutes, basically. We had it for 27. However, the Battlehawks had one more drive. But the Renegades had one more play. And the Renegades had more yards, 210 to 171. They also had an increase on yards per play of 0.7, 4.1 to 3.4. No red zone touchdowns for either team. But both of them had one red zone attempt. For passing, we don't really want to talk about that much. It was not a good day for passing. The Renegades had they had a average NFL day for a backup, 128, 16 to 23, like a pick and a fumble, 5.6 yards per attempt. And in the Battlehawks, they had 58 net yards, 7 completions to 19 attempts, and they went 3.1 per attempt and had 1 passing touchdown. Thank you, Hakeem Butler. For rushing, though, the Battlehawks did better on that. They got 113. Most of it coming off of Max Duggan, let's be honest. And then the Renegades had 82 on 25 attempts, while the Battlehawks had 26. 4.3 yards per rush, 3.3, and no rushing touchdowns for both sides. Now, for turnovers, it was not a good day for the Renegades, but it was a very good day for the Battlehawks defense. They forced 4 turnovers, 3 fumbles, and 1 interception, while Max Duggan did have a bad fumble, but, we don't lose off of that, so. So Max Duggan, 7 for 19, 93 yards, but a touchdown, though. So it wasn't all bad. Yeah, this isn't good. This isn't good. I trust Duggan considering he's a really good runner. He had a longer 37. It should have been a touchdown, but he barely got bumped. But Max Duggan, not the best thrower. Not good. Sailors, though, he ran 14 times for 57 yards. Duggan ran 10 for 49. Jackson ran 1 for 5, and Howard ran 1 for 2. For receiving, Jackson did lead 3 catches for 31 yards. However, Hakeem Butler caught 1 for 30 in the touchdown, rising his total catch tally to 3 and his total touchdown tally to 3. I mean, call him Randy Moss because he's gone 3 for 3. Darby caught 1 for 16. Pearson caught 1 for 11. Mims caught 1 for 5. And Sailors did not catch a ball. Now, the defense really was the star of the show. Cole had 9 tackles and 5 SOLs, leading the pack. Rose had a tackle for loss. Dennis had a tackle for loss. Tom Openu had 2 sacks, and I believe if we scroll down, going over to the fumbles, he forced 2 fumbles and he got 1 of them. Cole also forced 1 of the fumbles, and Garrett and Whiteside second received the fumbles that those 2 took out. So Tom Openu had a game of his life. 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery. Great game from him. Best defender in the UFL. Dennis, tackle for loss. Feeney, tackle for loss. Mack had a sack and a tackle for loss. Our pick came from Metters. He also had a tackle for loss. Peyton Jones had the interception. Peyton Jones had the interception. Metters had the tackle for loss. And a pass deflection. Peyton Jones also had a pass deflection as well. For 3 sacks, 5 tackles for losses, 1 interception, and 2 pass deflections. For fumbles, we already went over that, but Duggan did lose a fumble. For kick returns, Bo Jackson, 2 returns for 46 yards. Jennings had 1 for 12. Pearson, 3 punt returns for 47 yards. Blankenship, of course, perfect 2 for 2. He has not missed a kick this season, as long as 53, and he had 6 total points. And Hofrichter punted 5 times. He averaged 47. 1 was inside the 20, and 2 of them were touchbacks. For the Renegades, let's go quick. Luis Perez, 16 for 23, 145 yards, no touchdowns, and an interception, and the game-losing fumble. Hunter, he ran the most, 13 for 47. Ballage ran 9 for 30. Perez ran 2 for 3, not good. And Smith ran 1 for 2. For receiving, Hunter caught 5 balls for 41 yards. Peyton caught 3 for 40. Burnett caught 2 for 27. Winstead caught 2 for 14. Canella caught 2 for 13. Ballins caught 1 for 6. Ballage caught 1 for 4. And Whittingham did not catch. Well, for the defense, Dorn had a tackle for loss. Payne had 2 tackles for loss and 1 pass deflection. Harris had a tackle for loss and a pass deflection. Charlton had 1.5 sacks. That's because Thomas had 0.5. Taylor had a pass deflection, 2 sacks, and 2 tackle for losses. Our O-line is not good. Summers had a pass deflection. Price had another sack and a tackle for loss with 4 pass deflections. Bledsoe had 0.5 sacks for 5.5 sacks, 2 tackle for losses, and 9 pass deflections. That's crazy. But Luis Perez, he fumbled 2 times and he lost 2 balls. So that's not good either. Payton lost the ball, too. Summers got the fumble that Charlton forced. Ballage had 1 for 29 kick return yards. Hunter had 1 for 22. Price went 3 for 13. Havertz went 2 for 3, of course not miss, and King punted 3 times. He averaged 52.3, and his long is 55. Now, the Battlehawks, like I said, are second in the XFL, and their next game is against the Showboats. That should be an easy win, but what do I know? And I can't watch it here. Anyways, I literally do need to get going soon, so I'll see you guys later.